What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nico back with another banger. Now, if you're new to the channel, guys, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that notification, hit that like, all of that good stuff. You understand? If you're returning to the channel, thank you. Make sure you have that notification bell and make sure you've already subscribed to the channel, guys, because we want to get this subscription up, getting that algorithm. That way, the people can see all the videos that I drop and all that good stuff. Now, in today's video, I want to talk about the short-term contracts that Amazon have to offer this upcoming peak season. Now, I've been going through the contract tab, and it's a lot of good contracts there, but it all depends on, it might be good to me, but it might not be good to you. And I say that because your cost might be a lot more higher than mine. So we have to take that in consideration when when we're looking at the contracts. Now, if you don't know where to find the contracts, you could, if you have an Amazon account already, it's in the drop down. Once you hit the, those three lines, top left-hand corner, hit that drop down and stroll down and you'll see the contracts tab. Now, once you hit the contracts tab, you could search by domicile. You know what I mean? You could search whatever location you're at, whatever state you're in. You could just put that state and you could filter whether you want to search for 26-foot box trucks or you want to search for 53-foot 53-foot trailers and all that. Now, the contracts, I've been looking over it. Some of them is good. Some of them I think, it's too low. You know what I'm saying? What it is, it's you're getting work. So you're not going to get the work at that premium price because it's saying, okay, we have you scheduled for such and such. So, it's a big chance that you're going to have that truck working, opposed to just sitting there on the load board trying to find work for the truck. So that's why you don't really get that premium rate. So don't go in there looking to get like maximum rate that you could get, because they're offering this stuff to you saying that your truck's gonna work. So, you know what I mean? That's why the rates look like that. And Amazon, they do what they do. Their job is to really, get the package out to the customers and make sure that everybody's happy. But at the end of the day, it's a business. So what they're going to do, they're going to try everything that they can in order to save money. So they come up with new things that they, that they incorporate in order for them to save money and all that. And you can't blame them. That's what business is, So you just have to figure out what works best for you and, come up with a system that you could put in place in order to generate revenue with Amazon. Now, when you're looking for the contracts, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to the details in the contract, because it might be an 8-hour block, it might be a 13-hour block, a 37-hour block, 119-hour block. It's whatever Amazon is offering at that time. So you want to make sure that you're paying close attention, especially if you're like running the 53-footers. They have the solo and they have team. So you want to make sure that you're looking and you're not booking a team load and you're only one person. So you want to pay attention to all of that good stuff. But all you need to do is go to the contracts tab in the Amazon portal, hit that drop down, search in the contract, but the contracts aren't available to everybody. Yes, it's not available to everybody. You have to have at least a B in order to gain access to booking short-term contracts with Amazon Relay. All right. So unless you have I think a B is like a 90%. I think it's a 90%, guys. You got to have at least a 90% in order to gain access to book these short-term contracts. So you need to make sure that you're working on your score if you don't have at least a 90%. That's why it's important, guys. If you don't have a good score, you're not going to be able to get the money. So you want to make sure that you're maintaining a good score. Be professional when you're working. Show up on time. That way you don't have those negative impacts on your score. Try not to reject any loads. That way you don't have negative impact on your acceptance. So all that plays a big role when it comes to how much money you'll be able to make. Excuse me, guys. A little cold and all that. But anyway, you want to make sure that you're focused on that score, because that's what's going to open up the door to get everything else. You understand? So as long as you have at least a 90%, you could get access to the short-term contracts. But you got to understand, if this contract's going to work. You got to, don't book multiple contracts, guys. Just book one and see how it work. And then if you like how it worked, then you could go ahead and book two the next time. But you just want to book one and see how it worked, see how things flow, because you want to make sure that it's going to be beneficial to you at all times. Because if it's not beneficial, that means you're not making money. Because if it was beneficial, you'll be making money. All right. Now you want to make sure that you filter the search. Because if you're running 26-foot box trucks, filter the search to 26-foot box trucks and filter it to whatever domicile you're running in there. You could see the contracts that they have. And at the end of the day, you don't really have to run out of that state that you're in, guys. You could relocate to multiple states. Just find a market that works for you and work that market. Don't try to bounce around and go from state to state all over. You could, but it's going to be harder to retain employees if you're trying to, if you're trying to grow your company like that and have employees. It's going to be harder to keep these guys employed because you have them all over the place. It's better to find a market, set it up where you could, round trips, you could do your thing and, grow your fleet that way. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that with you, show you how to get those short-term contracts and all. But it's all based on your performance score, guys. So if your performance score isn't at least a 90% of B, then you won't have access. So if it's not, you want to make sure that you're doing what you could to work on that score and, to take it to the next level. If you need a little bit of help working on that score, Million Getting Brothers could help you out with that. You could just hit us up. Our email will be in the description down below. You could hit us up and make sure that you have your name and your contact in there as well. And we'll have a number in the email that you could hit up as well, to set up a consultation, and then we'll just take it from there. We'll see what kind of package we could offer you to help you get to the next level. We also offer dispatching. We also help owner operators get prepared for the audit. Also, because that's a big deal. If you're not active, if you fail your audit, that means you can't get no more money. Your number will be inactive and you won't be able to, transport freight across state lines or even transport freight within your state. If your number is inactive, that means you can't work. That means you're not in compliant with the FMCSA. So you want to make sure that you have all that stuff together. I just passed my DOT audit. You just have to be prepared and all of that. But that's a different story. If you need help with that, just reach out to us. We have something here that we could help you pass that audit and, keep that number active. That way you could grow your company and get to this money. Now, that's what it is, guys. Short-term contracts is here. Peak season. Make sure you go ahead and check it out and see if it works for you. And if it worked for you, book that contract, have them trucks running, and keep an eye on the load board as well, because it's loads that might post earlier before, the load that you got to pick up with the contract, and you can maximize, guys. So it's a good thing. It's beneficial to work with these contracts and just make sure it works for you. Make sure that the numbers are good. And then you could just go from there and take the company to the next level and be prepared for the next peak season. That's what it is, guys. You're coming up to peak season. If you haven't experienced it yet, you want to make sure that you take some notes and be prepared for the next peak season. Be prepared to have more trucks running and things like that. That's what it is, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Nico. I'm out.